Welcome to a video on metaphors.
As teachers, we sometimes find that our pupils find it difficult to explain what the point of a metaphor is. We're going to try to explain this to you using an example. I'd like you to imagine that Morton, for some reason, was very, very angry about something. Let's say he was angry because yesterday I beat him at tennis. He was so unhappy with his performance that every bad shot he played made him boil with anger. Now, you've probably heard this expression before. It's a metaphor that's used to describe extreme levels of anger. But we know it can't literally be true. Otherwise, Morton would be dead.
So why not just say that I was very, very, very angry? Why use a metaphor that might make people think I was dead?
Well, as with other metaphors, it's about borrowing meaning. The word anger borrows meaning from the word boiling. Now forget about the story for a moment and think, how many different things does the word boiling remind you of? Perhaps you could pause the video and jot down a list. Okay, here are a few things that we came up with. You don't have to agree with all of them, and you could probably come up with a better list yourself. But here are a few words which the idea of boiling reminded us of. As you can see then, the metaphor does much more than simply say that Morton was very angry. It suggests that his anger was spilling over, like a boiling pot that you've forgotten about on the stove. His anger was visible and perhaps out of control. People are often good at concealing or controlling their anger, but this metaphor suggests that Morton was failing to do this. Then there's the heat required to boil something, perhaps with a fire, or we may even think of boiling, molten lava. These things help to suggest that Morton's anger was dangerous or even destructive. Of course, the metaphor might also help us to appreciate that Morton was a sore loser yesterday. But more than anything, we hope you can see how the metaphor goes beyond simply saying that Morton was very, very angry.
Thank you very much, Webster. I think you've said quite enough about metaphors for one day, and we'll see who the loser is next week when I get my revenge. And don't forget to subscribe to the Morton and Webster channels for more helpful English tips and advice.